Hey guys, Cam here from OrthoWell Physical Therapy, going to show you some squat techniques that are going to help you squat better and are going to help you at least learn the squat and master it eventually, so then you can be doing things more efficiently and safely going forward. All right, so what we're going to do is just go over the setup. All right, before we practice the squats, I want you to have the setup right, and for you, you can take a bench or have your couch or bed behind you, just something where you can bring your butt towards, so if you do end up falling back, you have something there. But it's just going to be a little tool so you can stick your butt and reach it back, and it's going to help you with the form when we show you this. So before we do anything, I want your feet to be about shoulder width apart. You can go a little bit more narrow or wider depending on how comfortable you are with it. Just find what works best for you. So when we do that, it's just making sure that you have balance. All right. If you're really too narrow, things aren't going to be working too well, and it's not going to feel right. All right. So just find the base of support. And then speaking of support, I want you to stabilize your pelvis, and I want your core to be braced and strong during the whole exercise. Okay, so the goal of stabilizing is to not have you too arched or too flat, and I want that pelvis to be in a nice position, a nice neutral position. And once you stabilize that, you're going to keep that back in that butt in a good position all the way through, and it's going to help you control it and help you actually protect your low back. And this actually is very important, especially when you start to add a lot of weight to it. So when you have that down, I want you to just practice it first. Brace, and then the butt sticks back. As your chest comes forward, right, trying to keep a nice flat back, this is more of a counterbalance as you stick your butt back, and then you're bending your knees until you're in that sitting or squat position. Okay, so you're going to do it again, stick your butt back, almost like where my weight is more towards my heels than on my toes. Okay, stick the butt back, stand up nice and tall. You can even feel a little glute squeeze at the top, and then back. You can be doing 2 to 3 sets of 10 for starters. Okay, now if this doesn't feel right, you can go half range just to feel it out. Okay, if it's just way too easy, if this is no problem at all, then you can start to add some weight. Any dumbbell or kettlebell. This is about 10 pounds. You can do a little goblet squat, hold it nice and tight, and just add weight to it if it is not a challenge, just doing your body weight. Another important thing is hip stability. Okay, you might notice if you're squatting and those knees want to come in. Okay, that's not a good thing. It puts some pressure on the knees. Okay, I want you to have those hips, knees, and feet all in a nice alignment, nice straight line there. Okay, same thing if you're too outwards like that, it's not going to feel good. Okay, same thing goes if you're squatting and you're more upright. If you're not bringing the chest forward, like we talked about, then those knees are going to come too far forward. The heel is going to come out or come off on the floor, and that's going to put a lot of pressure on your joints. The goal of a proper squat is to put most of the weight and the pressure on your muscles than the joints. Okay, so squats are really good for healthy knees and healthy hips. If you do them correctly, then it might be the other way around, right? If you do a lot of bad form squats, then that potential injury is always going to be pretty high. Okay, depending on what you're doing. But when you're trying to practice picking things up heavy off the ground, knowing the proper form first is going to be extremely important. All right. Another thing too is if you notice yourself getting the form down, right, but you're picking something up and you're really struggling with getting that back as flat as you can, if you're just tempted to round and pick up a weight and you're just not strong in your upper body, I want you to try something called a W squat. And this is going to get the external rotators and the back muscles activated first before you squat. And this is something to help with the form, all right? You're gonna take a band, right? Hold it about shoulder width apart, and then your elbow is gonna be tight, band's about chest height, and you're gonna make a W, okay? So you're like stretching the band, and you're also trying to retract the shoulder blades back, like that. And when you have that form, when you have that position, that's gonna keep those upper back muscles activated as you squat and keep that back flatter, okay? And when you have those muscles stronger, it's gonna put you in that better position as you pick something up and then carry it, do whatever you need to do. Especially now spring's coming, summer's coming, a lot more yard work in the future. We're gonna make sure you can do all the right stuff before that happens, before you need to do something like that. So come on in if you have any questions. If you want us to have a hands-on explanation on how to show you a proper squat, please come in. Any questions, you can even give us a call. And we want you trying this. Best of luck with it, and happy squatting.